course, I'll talk a little bit about how X6 Gaming got their win over EnVyUs. Because again, the big factor seemed to be that the D.Va battle was very different. The concept of baiting is not necessarily something we use too often in Overwatch, but it was a lot of feigning engage by X6, having Mickey dive in. You know, you heard Bebe talking about his greed at diving in, turning on Mickey, getting the D.Va advantage, and then running the team fights from there. So that was the big strategy for X6 that EnVyUs didn't seem prepared for. They were a lot more on the ball with that strategy against Meta Athena, and that's why with those adjustments, I think EnVyUs comes in marginal favorites. We're talking 60-40. This could still be X6 Gaming's time to shine.
Yeah, and it's not going to be about compositions as well, Papa Smithy, because both teams exactly the same as we are getting into position first up. So far some kill trades, but Mickey's coming out ahead. And you mentioned that eyes are going to be on him as to whether or not EnVyUs are going to be able to come out strongly, and they already have. 4 dead, has to be the pull away, and the first cap is going to be for EnVyUs.
You best believe plenty of eyes going to be on the man who was on our screen a moment ago, Effect, the only Korean player on the team of Team EnVyUs. He actually has the highest kill-death discrepancy of any player in Apex. Now, Tracer consistently will be one of the higher numbers, but he's actually 1.5 over second place, and then everyone is kind of around the 5.9 value. So he is 25% better than any other Tracer in the league.
Yeah, playing extraordinarily well, and we've already got Attack Visor available for Timer, but he's not going to be able to use it because Gilly's just going to take him down. Time Boy, no! Oh dear, just dashes his way into the pit. We'll pretend that we didn't see it.
Godsby already opened up with his Tac Visor. We're watching the back end of the fight here. Oko trying to stay strong.
Yeah, Godsby is going to fall though, so a lot of the DPS now missing. X6 have only lost him, but that was what started the snowball for EnVyUs the last time around, and the retake has not come in despite X6 picking up a lot of kills. Taimu makes his way back through, pops the Tac Visor, and things are looking pretty good for EnVyUs once again, ticking up to about 60%.
He didn't want any sort of delay, so he invested the Tac Visor knowing that his team still had 3 time delay ultimates. Primal Rage, Transcendence, and also the Self-Destruct available. Taimu, the DPS ults may be short, but they have effect, and he usually doesn't even need the Pulse Bomb to make things happen. Speaking of Pulse Bombs.
Yeah, Timeboy just picks his up. Oh, throws it out, finds absolutely nothing.
Transcendence used, though.
Yeah, unfortunate. Transcendence just to get them onto this point. Primal Rage is going to be popped on the side of X6 as well. They're looking to try and get in here. Snowsmite actually grabs 2 kills, and they're key ones as well on the support members. EnVyUs running for the hills now. Could be an opportunity for a retake here for X6, but they do manage to get some kills back. Trobin trying to do his best to deny this, and Mickey just playing defense. Now going to move back onto this point, and it will tick up to the overtime.
And this is only the supports now getting there, so with no support ultimates, superior tracking from Effect and Taimu, just diving in, seems to get so much value, and they just want to close the point here.
Yeah, Godsby is going to come in with Attack Visor, lots of damage down, no D.Va remaining, and that's a lot of damage. As soon as that defense matrix isn't there, X6 coming in with their Transcendence as well. There's going to be Coco just exiting the battlefield via the well.
He used everything they had to get the 99% capture, so EnVyUs can actually look for a couple of eco pushes here, hang back, try and get the Tac Visor onto Taimu. Chips 50% of the way over to picking up the Zenyatta ultimate, and they soon will have sound barrier, so certainly not all is lost. 99% capture is really the absolute minimum for the side of X6, given how quickly EnVyUs can close the map after a Team 5 victory. And here is Effect, he's hunting.
Yeah, looking for the Zen. Comes in, actually just going to back his way out. Good information gathered though, as the defense matrix is going to be stopping him here from Choyobin.
And barrier already used by EnVyUs, they want it now.
They're trying to get in there, but Effect is going to be taken down. Great Helix Rocket from Godsby. As Timeboy now is going to be completely free to harass that back line. They are making their way onto this point slowly, but without Effect, they don't want to over-invest too much.
Please do notice that Mickey has been spending a lot of his time using Defense Matrix for purely Chips and Harry Hook. Wanted to allow Chips to get enough ult percentage to get the Transcendence. Then you can start diving because Chips can self-heal by ulting.
Yeah, he can actually engage onto this point as well with it, and he is going to throw it down right now.
Tac Visor as well, popped.
Yeah, he's picked up Bebe already. Taimu, Tac Visor immediately able to track down some of the squishy members. They are going to park themselves on this point. It is going to be flipped over, and that overtime looking to tick down. EnVyUs wanting to make a statement game number 1.
Primal Rage is up, so this will buy time, but he actually dies surprisingly fast. Lucio drops on the point. I don't know if anyone can get back in. They're coming in slowly. Will they get there? Transcendence just to get on the point.
Yep, Bebe. Oh no!
booped into the well.
Harry Hook able to get the work done. It's going to be a self-destruct flying over the wall just in celebration, but it's going to be EnVyUs able to pick up the first round here on Control.
Harry Hook, the hero, right at the end. He talked about, hey, who's Bebe? He wanted to be the superior support player.
That's what happens when you can get your milk and cookies, Papa Smithy.
Displacement is one of the only ways to deal with Transcendence, so booping him down the well, man. He couldn't use the duration of the Transcendence to buy time. Very important interaction. Probably still would have been in the driver's seat, but EnVyUs guarantee that first point on well. Seems like X6 is still smiling. Certainly early days. But EnVyUs, we already mentioned, come in at 0-3 in Season 2 and 3 on Ilios. Want to rewrite that stat and pick up a win here.
Well, already starting off exactly the way you want to. This initial win. See whether we get any mix-ups as far as the compositions are concerned. It looks like it is going to be the Soldier Tracer comps coming out once again.
And I think we should actually talk about that because Godsby, previously, second most played was Genji, around 24% game time. He actually played no Genji, roughly, against the side of Afrika Freaks Blue as, well, okay, Godsby does pick up Helix Rocket kill on Taimu, so he wasn't playing any Genji. Arhan, of course, a famous Genji. He didn't want to opt into the Genji battle, so went to Soldier. I wondered, was that respect for Arhan or a new strategy? And not running Genji against the Genji-less EnVyUs lets us know that apparently he's not favoring that pick right now.
Seems to be a strategy as Taimu. He's going to be able to find Time Boy. Helix Rocket into the back of the head is going to sort that one out. Same thing happens to Effect, though, as this Soldier off is certainly getting exciting. Coco jumping out the back end, but it's lots of kills for EnVyUs as they look to grab themselves some control. The first cap.
And it was a bit of a mistake from the side of X6 Gaming. They got the first kill, as we saw with the Helix Rocket from Godsby onto Taimu. Didn't drop down fast enough. And by the time we saw the 6v6 on the point, it was with the Soldier respawn and run back already from Taimu. Taimu can park himself up top. Effect finds Godsby. Now full control to Team EnVyUs.
Yeah, gets himself some revenge as well. Godsby able to take him down in the last fight, but now this high ground advantage that EnVyUs has, X6 now just looking to try and work out their plan of attack. It's going to be difficult, and it's now up to 25%. They don't have all the time in the world. Timeboy's going to make his way around the side and look to try and harass Taimu off that high ground advantage that he has right now. Effect dancing forward. Godsby very close to that tack visor. Lots of damage, but oh my god, Chips! Just the accuracy on those orbs doing so much work. That's going to be a lot of the damage missing, and now a lot of the members missing on the side of X6. Taimu with the tack visor takes down Choyobin. And Effect helps him out there by getting rid of that mech, and no defense matrix is important. And Effect oh my goodness!
Some bloodthirsty Zenyatta play going on today.
Zenyatta's are doing some work.
This is X6 Gaming coming in with just their first round of ultimates about to be there. No Smite used his in the previous engagement. Both teams have a lot of ults.
Yeah, exactly. EnVyUs only using that tack visor. We do have the Transcendences both being thrown out on either side. Effect, Pulse Bomb not going to find any joy, and there's the sound barrier. And X6 have already lost Time Boy. Oh, and there's the boop off as well, I believe. It's going to be Coco punching him off the edge with that Primal Rage. And Mickey, he's going to be able to shove one through as well. So nicely played. Everyone now having to exit. It's going to tick up to about 85%. Only one more push really available for X6 to flip this one over.
And the old economy used from EnVyUs on Control has been really cool to trap because they're very often opening with a very early tack visor, not looking to pair it with anything, and then getting the work done with their support ultimates. That's what they had available there, their space control ultimates. So important for Coco to boop off Godsby on the Soldier. Now we're up to 99% already, and this could be a swift 2-0. One last heroic contest from X6.
Well, Mickey is going to lose his mech and his life immediately, so that is important. Gilly's going to get the boop onto Chips, I believe, off the edge.
Yep.
And there's Harry, forced to run away. Now going to have to get off. So the switchover does come in for X6, but it's once again one of these 0 to 99 stories where only one more flip for EnVyUs should be able to do it. And they didn't have a lot of ultimates last time around.
Yeah, last time they had a support ultimate to open early. We saw Chips basically rush in with the Transcendence. This time, they don't have that, so EnVyUs will have to be a bit more conservative, I'd imagine, with the scenario they're in. Bebe did have to use the Transcendence right at the end there, so won't have it available. Chips has his.
And Effect has actually found Time Boy. Waiting in the wings, a lot of damage coming out here as the Pulse Bomb is going to find Gilly, and this could be the opportunity. Both supports have been taken out. They're missing Coco, but still a lot of the damage, still the front line there. Trioban's going to get a kill with the self-destruct. Chips, unfortunately, just not fast enough on that little Zenyatta to get himself out of the way, and the flip over should come in for EnVyUs, and they should find the victory on EnVyUs.
That is so good, baiting out the tack visor from Godsby, popping around the corner and killing him as he came in. Should be the point here. No contest from X6 Gaming, and Team EnVyUs, big cheer from the crowd. Outplayed X6 Gaming on control.
Yeah, switched that one around completely, and that was outplayed from the very beginning as well, Papa Smithy. Both of these were 99% all in a row, one switch over, and then just better use of the ultimates to make their way back in and take that point.
And they were decisive. You could see that the communication that at some points, especially in that match against X6, looked wonky, was right on point in this particular series. You see Taimu's clapping, he's smiling, looking more and more at the cheerful we saw from the crowd. That's his look, then they're going to be a happy team. Let's see where X6 Gaming wants to go, because they probably would have thought they would be confidently the ones that had to wait as EnVyUs chose our second map type, given their struggles on Ilias previously. Pack pause could be called early as well. Team EnVyUs, good ult economy.
And it is going to be that tack pause like you mentioned, Papa Smithy. So X6 looking to try and get themselves back into it. Last time we saw these teams on King's Row, it was a victory for EnVyUs because, of course, they love that map. And we'll see where X6 want to take us for hybrid. What would you recommend for an X6 choice?
Historically, they've been strong on Hollywood. That's kind of been X6 Gaming's best map on the hybrid type, but EnVyUs also 4-2 on Hollywood, one of their favorites. So the one thing I can say is that X6 Gaming has played some Eichenwald, and EnVyUs since Season 1 has not played any Eichenwald in Seasons 2 and 3, so I could actually see a bit of a curveball and go to Eichenwald here as something different, just to take EnVyUs out of somewhere where they're familiar.
Yeah, and of course it went to 5 games last time we saw these two teams, so Hollywood was the victory for X6 that they finished off the night with. And
another reason why I kind of suspect the Eichenwald is that against Afrika, with basically no history or precedent, they chose Eichenwald when they lost map 1, so that might have been maybe the training wheels to make it happen here. I think avoiding King's Row is going to be pretty simple. I don't think we'll be seeing King's Row here. The Hollywood maybe if they feel like they have that strategy, but something like Eichenwald, on paper to me, without knowing scrim results, seems like a good decision from the side of X6.
Yeah, the thinking would certainly make sense. It was unfortunately a loss for them against Afrika Freaks Blue, but that is a very different story because, of course, Afrika Freaks have played the least games here in Apex Season 3 so far because they just keep winning.
They're going for that 22-0 season.
Yeah.
It would be 21, but of course the finals are best of 7, so sad days. They have to play a 4th game finally.
Oh.
How awesome would it be if your first forced 4th game was the minimum amount of games in the final?
Yep.
They're like, what is this escort map type? We have not seen this before.
We have not. Our only weakness, how did you know?
Has, like Rascal, become a DPS player who's willing to flex onto the Sombra. I know for me, that's always what I find it most exciting, seeing the DPS players kind of take one for the team, have the hacked health packs, but also tracking can be beautiful, Atlas.
Oh, it certainly can be. And speaking of beautiful tracking, Harry Hook has moved over to the Soldier again as well. So this triple DPS composition that we see EnVyUs run quite a lot is going to be coming out again. Chips on the Ana as well. Or that long-range support.
Godsby has been on Soldier duty, and Timeboy has been almost 100% game time on the Tracer, you'll remember. This might actually be a Tracerless attack coming through from X6 Gaming, and Godsby, who did not opt into the Genji battle against Arhan, played no Genji in that series, will be opening with Genji on attack. So it seems like X6, they've got something new for EnVyUs.
Yeah, excited to see what Godsby can actually get done here as well. Already about 20% on that Dragon Blade, and lots of damage actually being traded, but it's super far forward here from EnVyUs.
And they don't have that much dive. They don't even have Tracer. Soldier's always going to take a step back, so contesting the Soldier, well, maybe they don't need to contest him. What is it with these Zenyatas today?
It's the beautiful tracking of the orbs, Papa Smithy. That's what it is.
I can't complain. Whenever I see those interactions, they are a thing of beauty. So
they are.
You can get your stock phrase in there, Atlas.
Boom. I promise I'll stop.
Well, Choyo lost his max, so now has to kind of poke around frustratingly.
Yeah, he's going to find it again, though, so Defense Matrix back online.
But if you think about it, with the short run back, that did allow Harry Hook to get in position, so did negate a lot of the 6v5 pressure they had. Taimu at 90% already, although he's taken out.
Yeah, Timeboy's going to come in round the back. Get rid of him. Still flanking even though he's playing the soldier, so it's good to see. Choyobin now just causing a ruckus, and it is going to be Coco falling down. Mickey as well, and this looks like it should be the take. Self-destruct not going to be able to find anything.
Does get back in his mech, so can go back and buy time, but falling very low.
Yeah, and Effect has actually been able to pick up Timeboy in the meantime as well, so does mean that X6 do have to back away, and that's 4 ultimates now available for EnVyUs on this defense.
X6 has been really peculiar. Okay, EnVyUs has been setting up defensive positions in multiple spots, but so much of these fights have been a pick for X6 and then fighting in the open rather than coming towards the point, that they can never actually dive fully with Soldier, Genji, and the Zenyatta, or the Winston, I guess, for the dive side of things, that because they can't dive fully, a defender is always lasting us. Okay, finally going to see the ultimate here from Godsby.
Yep, Dragonblade not actually going to be able to find too much just yet.
He's too low.
Exactly, so he was able to take down the mech, but Effect is going to get rid of No Smite as well, so it's even, and Timer is going to be able to get rid of Choyobin's mech as well, and that's going to open the floodgates. So much damage here from EnVyUs. Everyone's still up. Choyobin's going to die after being played with for a little while, and EnVyUs looking so much control here on this defense.
So I like the curveball from X6. It's not a full dive comp like I was trying to say, but because they haven't been able to contest the high ground, the moment they saw Harry Hook was actually going to be on the Soldier and the investment into the Sombra, they needed to do something different. It feels like, okay, now they have 5 ultimates, so they can go and just treat the first couple of pushes as eco pushes, but Godsby used his Dragon Blade. They need to make it happen now. The brute force push is right now.
Yeah, they're going to go in with that sound barrier. Timeboy doing a decent amount of damage at the beginning. Chips is going to fall down immediately, so not a lot of support available, but yeah, it is going to be Timeboy losing his life, and No Smite is going to be able to get rid of Mickey. Okay, Effect being able to get some work done in the background, and Choyobin is demeched. It should actually fall from this as well if Effect does turn around, try and take him down.
Yeah, the DPS duo has been so smart.
Oh, Choyobin! He was being toyed with and actually just managed to kill Timu. Nice one. You do have to respect that little handgun.
Battle Diva Pilot doing some work.
Yeah.
So early take on Chips, so doesn't have a lot of percentage on the Ana. Oko just doing some battling. They're opening with Transcendence. Still really the last chance for X6.
Yeah, not a whole lot of other options as well, because that last push was where they were putting a lot of their eggs in, and it's going to be Harry Hook with that tack visor, able to take down Gilly. Bebe's gone as well, so no supports available for X6, and Harry Hook now going to get nanoed up. Self-destruct, not going to be able to do anything at all, and Nano's just helping the cleanup here for EnVyUs. 13 seconds to go. It's looking like a full hold here on the first point for Numbani. And
he's been off screen most of the time, Atlas, but another star-making performance from Effect. He and Taimu cleaning up, hacking targets, taking them out. They stream onto the point, but this is all they've got, and the EMP is ready to go. Yep,
that's going to get rid of any of the barriers, any of the problems that EnVyUs do have to deal with. Timeboy so incredibly low, he's going to fall. Taimu just going to jump up to this high ground. Dragonblade, we'll see whether it can get anything done, but no, instantly dead, as Harry Hook's just going to be able to pick off the Genji. Godsby not exactly having his favorite performance on the Genji today. And on defense, they're going to have to put in some massive work, because this overtime's going to tick down, and EnVyUs, I don't know what they had for breakfast today, Papa Smithy, but it must have been good.
A full hold on the map that was chosen by X6. So that's going to be definitely a huge dagger to the heart of X6 Gaming. It felt like they kind of baited themselves, because again, after the opening salvo where they realized, okay, our comp doesn't really work against what EnVyUs had opened with, they just went for a second time, and by then they had some ultimates, so they were priced in to go for a third attack, and then the time bank was gone. EnVyUs pulling back. They knew tack visor would be available because no ults have been used by X6, so everyone pulls back. They're not on point A contesting. The tack visor gets almost no value. The Soldier taken out again. Feels like it's been one pick from the tack visor into death for Godsby on both map types. And just predictably, X6 Gaming get very little work done, and now pretty damn simple attack. They don't even need to capture the point, Atlas. They just need 49%.
49%. Not even needing to go halfway to capping that point, Papa Smithy.
But certainly halfway to winning this series.
It is.
If they can get there.
You could almost say 66% of the way if they manage to take this one down.
Your maths has improved.
Yeah, I know. I was actually doing some preparation in my spare time. Just learning.
Breaking out that year 4 homework.
Yeah. Learning percentages now. I'm going to be on fractions next. You just wait. I'll be coming for you.
First, you learn Soldier's Ultimate. Second, you learn percentages. What won't you do for this Apex broadcast, Atlas?
I don't know, Papa Smithy. The things I do, it's almost limitless. Okay. Urban's going to switch his way back. It is going to be a Torbjorn, though, here by Gilly by the looks of things, so I'm excited. See whether it's going to work. Not the Sombra that EnVyUs did opt in for, and they're going to go for the triple tank. EnVyUs do like this on Assault and, of course, Hybrid. Timer will see what he's going to be able to get done with the big Junkrat. Oh, sorry, not Junkrat, Roadhog.
Okay, you got your Aussies wrong.
Another Australian.
Looking for an opening pick now. They have that information that there will be a Torbjorn, as the advanced turret only gives information rather than percentage to Gilly. So with the Roadhog, they're going to be definitely looking to come in as a team and look for a pick. They've taken very defensive, a very roundabout route, but they take out the turret, they stream in. You want to stay as a team and get the first pick. There's no Reinhardt's on defense on this map anymore. He's going to contest the high ground with the movement speed, but scouted again with the turret.
Yep. Now going to be able to get this high ground and jump down to the point with these big beefy members as well, so that could be dangerous here for X6 because it's tough to remove the old Roadhog. There's another turret is going to get immediately taken down. Good sleep, but Taimu immediately woken up once again. Bebe can't quite get it done. Decent kills coming in now for X6 though, as this first assault is going to be staved off by the looks. And that turret desperately wants to go down.
Yeah, a lot of percentage for Gilly, and yep, speaking of going down, goodbye Mickey. You are done in this particular regard. One of the good things about leading with a Roadhog is that when you have Ana, Chips' favorite of course, you get nano boost so fast, just healing up the 600 HP Roadhog. But equally fast will be the Molten Core, and that's kind of the quandary that EnVyUs is facing. Basically, when they push in, their first piece of action needs to be getting rid of that turret, then they can potentially win a fight.
Well, Effect is going to get himself out of that sticky situation, 1 versus 2.
They drop down.
Yeah, Hook. Not going to find too much joy here from Taimu.
Nano Boost used.
Yeah, Nano Boost is going to come in. It's going to be Effect. Pulse Bomb is going to be able to find Chips here from Timeboy, but Effect still has that Nano, just hasn't quite been able to get any of the kills from it.
Unsure if that was a sightline sing there for EnVyUs. Usually it's the Winston that will draw that ultimate. Effect is just going to cheat around the side, build up a post bomb again, but another good defense from X6 Gaming.
Yeah, looking very impressive actually. Remember, it only needs to be about halfway towards capping that EnVyUs has to get, and they've only got 2 minutes to go.
And one of the theories of why you would go Roadhog on this particular situation is when you only need to get 50%, they're willing to drop down, as we've seen. Drop down, you get to buy space with the self-destruct and also the whole hog, and potentially just brute force your way to 50%.
Well, that whole hog is going to be ready relatively soon as Molten Core does come in, so Gilly investing a big ultimate.
They get Bebe, okay, so 6v5.
Yeah, Taimu taking a lot of damage though. The melee Torbjorn was getting some work done. Oh, he's going to be taken out though, and here is the string of kills that we've been looking for from EnVyUs. They find the ultimates. They're going to take down X6, looking to try and tick this one up now.
They got it. They got it for sure, Atlas.
Yep, it's looking all too easy. Now they're just chasing down more kills. Mickey's going to go to sleep in celebration, and that is going to be the victory on Hybrid.
The first 2 bushes didn't look clean, but it was the strategy from EnVyUs that was a winning one. When you don't even have to get a full capture, drop down for a 3rd time. This time whole hog, this time sound barrier, this time the self-destruct. And guess what? When you duck in behind a piece of terrain I think Timeboy is the one who's going to need to take the crowd's energy the most, Atlas, because he has been out-dueled by Effect in pretty spectacular fashion. It was Timeboy in the match I keep referring to, the match against Lunatic-Hai online, where he took out Jaehong multiple times. His Tracer was the difference. He's had some great Tracer games this season, but against who seems to increasingly be the master of Tracer in Apex Season 3, he's been found wanting. So taking some of that energy, resetting with a couple of minutes break is very important for the side of Timeboy. Speaking of openings, won't be a Genji opening from Godspeed, but will be the Widowmaker we often see on attack here.
Yeah, once again, it's going to be the triple DPS. Harry Hook switching back over to the Soldier. I like it. Pseudo support there as well.
A lot of people to be sniped though, Atlas.
Yeah, but Godspeed's going to switch back. It's just tricking us, Papa Smithy. Very sad.
Start walking in. No Torbjorn. We're scouting for that first.
Yeah, Mickey did think about it, but then, as we said before, just switches over, jumps off the edge on his D.Va, so he's ready to die. Ready to get in there and get some work done as Timeboy. Massive switch around here. He's going for a deep flank.
X6 going for the sort of comp.
Oh, wow. Lots of damage.
X6 going for the sort of comp that definitely needs to do some eco pushing, not dive in any real sense of the word outside of having D.Va, Winston, and Tracer. No Genji, so some opening salvos are smart, but the moment that you start poking for ult charge against a Sombra, you have to plug and play the EMP being ready, and it's pretty close already. Yeah, it's going to get a lot of damage out the back here onto Godsby, but already the damage is coming in. Shoyoben doing some work, but it is going to be the turnaround by EnVyUs. 4 for 2 is going to be the trade, and it's going to have to be X6 working out what went wrong, because Timer is going to finish everyone off. They just really committed to running onto the point so early with no support ultimate, with no real way to deal with the fact that Mickey was going to drop down, Timer was already in their backline. Usually, you have to be a lot more judicious when you dive onto the point without a Genji or someone who can really profit from the close quarters. X6 actually fight in the open way better than in close quarters, as in the open. Yep, that is going to be Timer getting the pick off onto Bebe after utilizing his EMP. Not any opportunity for him to do anything. Killing fields. Yep, most certainly is. Everyone just going to be ripped to shreds. Hanamura seems to be where EnVyUs live right now. They are feeling very, very much at home. Man, what an exclamation point it would be if it was a double full hold in this particular series. What does it mean? Remember, it was 99% captures and then a flip in both of the control maps, then a full hold. This has been dominant. They look out of ideas, but you can turn that around. They got some ultimates to play with this time. Yeah, Timeboy looking for the angles here as well. Could it just be the 6 ultimates rush strategy? He's not going to find any joy with his pulse bomb. Harryhook knew exactly what was going on there. Primal Rage was already used by No Smite. Okay. Going to be running around. Godsby coming in. They're actually just going to utilize as many ultimates as possible. Timu with the EMP does some decent work, but isn't going to be able to find too much. Somehow actually survives, as Bebe is going to be the one that falls. The Helix Rocket from Harryhook is the one that does it, and so many ultimates from X6 and absolutely nothing gained. They're just throwing them out, Atlas. It's the wrong type of ult economy. We always talk about, hey, it's a lot of ults, I must be good. In this sort of a situation, it's kind of led with one. Primal Rage for no reason apart from maybe Winston falling low. Timeboy in the open. Won't quite get sniped away, but now they haven't changed anything, have X6. They don't even have the ultimates. They only have themselves to blame because it's only a minute left on that timer. Hacks coming in here onto the health packs from Timer, who's going to set himself up. Try and translocate his way back after getting a possible EMP into the backline. He's going to be able to tick that one up. Immediately utilizes it as well, as Coco's going to be able to jump in over the top. He's the only one that had the barrier for the beginning of that fight, and it looked great for EnVyUs. Chips is going down low, and Coco was gotten rid of, so Godsby doing some work. Timeboy finds Chips, but it still looks like EnVyUs have control, as Mickey's so far forward, blocking everyone out. And there's only 30 seconds to go. This could be another full hold, like you were talking about before, Papa Smithy, for EnVyUs. It's been a lot more Harryhook Soldier this time around, but it's the sort of thing that's very easy to scout, even if we didn't see it against X6 Gaming as much 2 weeks ago when these two teams met. We're already looking for potentially an overtime capture. Again, some ultimates up, but okay, a pick onto effect. That's something for the side of X6. But lots of damage into the backline here as Timer is able to take down Bebe. He had no options, and it's going to be Coco running through with enough damage to finish off the low health targets. Look at EnVyUs go. No one anywhere near this point. Choyobin's on it, though. He wasn't involved in that fight. Doesn't have a lot of backup. Winston used the Primal Rage. They're trying to buy time. Yeah, they're doing the very best that they can. Choyobin will fall down, though, to Mickey. And the overtime still working out here, but No Smite, he's going to fall. A lot of low health bar champions able to get to this point. This might actually be the capture. Big value out of the tack visor at the last time. The shorter runbacks. Will this finally be X6 Gaming pick up the point? First instinct is yes. Yep. Should be able to get there. So EnVyUs will have to deal at the second point for 4 minutes. So the overtime capture, keeping X6 in it. Well, this is about the most reverse sweep you can do, Atlas. Only picking up point A at the final second of asking in overtime. On this attack, they will only have the pulse bomb. Crucially, X6 will not be messing with their composition. Yeah, pulse bomb is actually going to be able to find Harryhook, so nicely done. That's EnVyUs has switched up the composition. This could be a snowball. As, yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, no utility available either, as No Smite's going to clean up Mickey. Huge. Oh my goodness, are they going to be able to get this one done? Everyone dead on the side of EnVyUs. Timu needs to try and come back in and hold on to this point, but nope, that's the snowball. And that is going to be 2-1 now, with X6 on their way to the reverse sweep. Getting that stick onto the Zenyatta was so big for the side of X6. They may not have had ultimates, but you made the note that the adjustments had come through from the EnVyUs side. They were out of position. They thought they had time to actually go for a setup. You know, maybe even occupy the high ledge, look for some options on defense, but snowballed on. Caught napping on point B, and suddenly, we're still not sure about it. First instinct is maybe we have a series, Atlas.
Yeah, well, EnVyUs now have to attack, of course. I got a little bit ahead of myself just because Hanamura is a difficult one to cap at the best of times, and now with a close to 3.5-minute time bank for X6, it looks very, very good for them.
You can keep saying reverse sweep, though. It's still a possibility.
Oh, yeah.
But we should be responsible with the R word. The moment you say reverse sweep, people start crossing their fingers and their toes, like, no.
Well, it's not Lunatic-Hai playing, so maybe it's not as likely as we expect, because they are the kings of the reverse sweep. EnVyUs no strangers to it either, though.
EnVyUs on attack. We'll wait to see if Timer will jump on the Roadhog, but we can inspect X6's defense. Looks pretty damn similar to their offense.
It does. Pretty standard stuff here. Godsby sticking to his soldier, like you were talking about. We saw one outing of the Genji, but that's it so far. Hasn't been what we've been used to from him, but worked out in the last time.
It's an adjustment from X6 after the group stage, where they've really had more primary soldier play than they have in the past. Godsby has largely been that soldier player, apart from Time Boy's one ill-advised visit to it on the previous map.
Yeah, it wasn't so good.
So it means no Genji, which we had a Genji-less, well, it wasn't a Genji-less series against Meta Athena, but obviously Libero isn't the top tier Who Are You Genji. Not much going to be Genji in this particular series. Be more when we get to semifinals, though. Arhan lies in wait.
Well, it's going to be a slightly different opportunity here for EnVyUs. Last time they were playing with some different compositions on the attack, but there's the first hook that Taimu always seems to look for. They are very good at getting snowball first points on Hanamura.
They wanted a snowball pick onto the D.Va mech to actually get them, but the heals were enough. He could pull away. Bebe is on Ana this game, so you do have that burst healing. Goes wide.
Yeah, he's going to get himself onto this point, though, so definitely playing super far up. Harry hooks some boop opportunities off the back of this.
And he hook is golden here for Taimu.
See whether he does any of that fancy...
Vect wins the Tracer battle off screen. Harassing down No Smite, but the heals are strong. They can't get onto the Ana to actually slow down this defense.
Okay, Godsby's going to find Effect. This could be an opportunity, but No Smite, like you said, is going to fall down. Godsby still able to get free damage off to the side here as Mickey's mech is going to be eating most of it. It's going to be Bebe throwing out the nano, but didn't get a whole lot of work done. And now Godsby with Attack Visor. It's going to be answered immediately by the Transcendence. Sleep was out there as well. It's not going to be doing too much. It's now EnVyUs looking to try and cap this one out. They've already hit the first two ticks.
Should have it here. I don't think Time Boy will have any heroics. It's going to be a fast first capture for EnVyUs. They couldn't contest the Ana because Effect couldn't get in the back line. So even with the free healing and the very early ultimate onto the D.Va, no contest could be completed because Taimu just threw out the hooks, got down the Winston first, and that was the tonic there. And EnVyUs still have to emulate what was a good time bank, all things considered, put together for X6 Gaming after how fast they got point B. Many a team has been frustrated. We've seen a 7-minute 20 frustration on attack here.
Well, it's going to have to be close to that here for X6 because it was a very nice first point. Still has to be taken, though. It's not going to be the same level of snowball that X6 were able to pull off.
You say that, but the ults are definitely there for EnVyUs.
We'll see whether they can actually utilize them as Effect. He's playing super far
sound
forward.
Barrier just a couple of seconds early would have kept up the Zenyatta. Zenyatta dead, but they're still getting picks.
Yeah, Mickey's actually going to fall down. It's going to be the double here for Choyobin as both tanks just obliterated. Able to get Effect with the self-destruct as well. That's unfortunate.
Second use of the Ana ultimate onto the D.Va was the right thing there. If we saw the ultimate just a half second earlier from Harry Hook, the sound barrier would have caught Chips. It was at 93% on his ult charge, and it could have been a different fight as it would have been able to use both those support ultimates to buy so much time. They couldn't do that. Chips falling down was the big factor there, and they used so many other ultimates that suddenly it will be a stave off from EnVyUs.
Yeah, Effect losing a lot of his health bar here, but does still have that recall available. He's playing up, gets himself to this point pretty comfortably as X6 are playing super far back towards their spawn. Coco's going to take down Godsby though. This could be very important as X6 do have the sound barrier in there, but look at the D.Va mech. It's gone down so low with that pulse bomb that did just come in, and now the kills are streaming through.
Timer's free shooting.
Yeah, with the tac visor. That is going to be so many dead. Godsby now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that's going to be it. And that's going to be an even bigger time bank here for EnVyUs.
Great answer from EnVyUs. That time only the Transcendence was up. Having the Transcendence might have been a capture 30 seconds earlier, but they certainly won't be complaining. They still managed to beat out the time bank that was there on the side of X6 Gaming. So that means that X6 Gaming will have the first attack. Things went better than expected, but it took them 4 minutes to capture point A, and they've only got 3 minutes this particular time.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether EnVyUs can have as good a defense as they had the first time around. X6 were pretty clutch on their first attack. Have to talk about Effect once again, though, because the pulse bomb on the D.Va mech really making sure that EnVyUs were able to get all of that work done, because if a defense matrix was there, then that wasn't going to be that kind of cleanup that Taimu was able to put in with that tac visor.
I mean, to say that Apex Season 3 has been star-making for Effect would be to sell him short. The fact that he could be 25% better at kills over deaths than any other player in the league, playing Tracer, who's the most set up for that stat, but being 25% better than Bunny, who's in second spot, and basically the rest of the pack that's somewhere within the 30% marker, is insane for a player that couldn't even get a start for Meta Athena in Season 2.
Yeah.
He went on the solo queue ladder, he was right up the top of the competitive ladder, and now he's made the most effortless transition to pro play on a mixed language roster than you could ever imagine. He is a superstar.
It is so incredibly impressive to watch. We'll see whether he's going to be able to put X6 to rest here and get the 3-0 victory for his team. There's now X6 on the attack. They have 3 minutes. Godsby's already lost most of his health bar.
Still sticking with what's sort of been working for them. No changes in composition from X6 Gaming. Taimu once again on the Sombra. Predictably, plenty of ult charges. Effect's having a fun time.
Timeboy gets some decent harassment onto Taimu here, who loses a lot of his health bar, but translocation is going to be there. And look at this, X6 just getting picked off one after the other. Have to play so far back now as look at Godsby is almost at his spawn location. Can't even get through these doors to try and harass.
He needs someone. I mean, the front line is what's going down first. No Smite died.
Yeah.
Very early there to Effect. So
wasted no time dying, Papa Smith.
And even just staggered kills are such a death knell when you have no time. And speaking of staggers.
Yep, Taimu's going to be able to get the EMP in the backline. That was charged extraordinarily fast, but we're starting to no longer be surprised about that. But look at the cleanup. The EMP placement was fantastic and just ducks in a barrel.
And fade away after they get Choyobin's mech. They're very happy if he goes and swaps. That means there will be no self-destruct almost for the entirety of this attack. Timeboy dies late as well. Staggers upon staggers, a minute 50 for X6 Gaming. And they got nothing in their war chest, Atlas.
Yep, just nothing. There's a nano boost from Chips that he can throw out. Taimu.
Use it on Mickey, use it on Coco, even use it on Harry Hook, who already has the visor. Could be a nano visor here for EnVyUs.
Yep.
Maybe not even necessary to stack those ultimates.
Well, Effect is going to go relatively low, but with that recall still there, doesn't quite find the pulse bomb stick, but it's okay. Zoning pulse bomb, we'll call it.
Want to keep Bebe and Gilly away from their ultimates. Finally, Bebe might be getting the Transcendence. He's close.
Well, they can't be utilizing too much of this time, Papa Smithy, because there's a minute to go. X6 hopes lie in this. So whether they can actually get onto this point and start contesting. They have at least a couple of members there.
Inched forward enough to pick up 3 ultimates. Now start investing them.
Yep, self-destruct does come in. Choyobin going down extraordinarily low. The baby
Nanovisor.
D.Va, yeah, doing some work, but look at that. Nanovisor trying to get some work done, but it was good Transcendence timing to make sure that they didn't lose too much. Helix Rocket is going to eventually take down Bebe, and X6 falling like flies now. As Effect jumps forward, everyone picking up their kills that they're looking for, and EnVyUs feeling untouchable right now. Look, they're just running to point 2 for fun.
I think X6 Gaming has just got a splitting headache because the moment that you finally get rid of Effect, the best Tracer in our league, it's Harry Hook flexing onto the Soldier that he was playing as a primary DPS in Season 2. It's another one of those damned EMPs being available but the Sombra, the three-pronged attack here is just unmanageable, and there's another EMP.
And Bebe immediately destroyed as well. Mickey's the one that's able to actually lock down that kill, as now Timu, he'll make his way back to this point, and it looks like this hold is almost all too easy, but no, a couple of kills coming out now for X6. Treoben doing some work on his famed Diva, but still, you've got a lot of DPS remaining. Chips is going to be back up. In effect, running back to this point as well, but X6 finally able to get the kills that they're looking for.
This time they were able to separate their threats. They actually got onto Harry Hook and took him down, but Timu's on the point. They don't want to give this up. Harry Hook back again, waiting for those respawns, but for now, the point ticks up for X6.
Yeah, gets himself on there, but he has to, just to try and hold on.
Hey, they give up on this one. It's going to be the point A attack here for the side of X6 Gaming.
And now 30 seconds to try and get to point B.
And this time they've made adjustments. Godsby has jumped on the Genji and off screen after they dived onto Harry Hook, who would have been very surprised to see a Genji at overtime on point A. He's got 90% on his ult. Any sort of picks, they look for the repeat pick on Zenyatta, but this time, not there. Can't find Chips either.
Timeboy unable to make it happen twice in a row. Pulse Bombs are going to find absolutely nothing. The Coco is going to get rid of Bebe. Overtime ticking through once again. Self-destruct flying forward. That was a big monkey heading straight towards our faces. And Godsby, he has the Dragon Blade. Sound Barrier's there as well. He's ripped up 2 DPS members already, but he's going to be dealt with.
Only Timeboy now. He's taken out. This should be the hold. No percentage on point B for X6 Gaming. Took overtime on both attacks for X6 Gaming to take point A. But they'll be happy to at least give Team EnVyUs a challenge.
Yeah, they have to at least take that point A. So nicely done. Wasn't the full hold that we were potentially looking for from EnVyUs, because did make it look very, very close to last time. Just seems like overtime a little bit too strong for X6 players. Now EnVyUs, their opportunity to try and put the last nail in the coffin for X6. Try and once again be the champions like they were Season 1.
I want to see something new from X6 Gaming. For example, we saw EnVyUs with their Roadhog on attack on the Manumbani, just to be able to attack a certain marker and get the percentage they needed. Now on defense, X6 Gaming very much need a full hold. So a new variable to potentially get that is important, because going for something like a swap, because say, if you have nothing to protect on point B, then going for, say, triple tank and trying to stay alive, build up ults, and then have defensive ultimates to keep people off the point, that's one way you can play it. But making the swap when usually there's going to be desynced spawn timers is very difficult. So it's just a bit of a surprise to me to see on defense, keep sticking with basically the same thing. No Zenyatta this time, maybe Bebe on the Ana, but the sight lines on defense on point A are really good for Ana on this particular map.
Yeah, well, EnVyUs is going to go back to their triple tank composition, Pub Smithy, like we were talking about. So it is going to be, once again, that Roadhog. I like it.
Any pick is golden. Even getting the mech is pretty big on the side of EnVyUs. They're going to go all the way around.
Yep. Just want to lower that time where the Roadhog has to slowly walk forward. Effect
Scouting.
Being frustrating. Oh, there's the hook onto the Diva once again.
No mech this time, though.
Yeah, it was knocked back. Nicely done by X6 to at least keep Treoben alive.
Definitely more prepared against the Roadhog this time.
Yeah, we almost have a pulse bomb here for effect, though. Lots of kills coming down from EnVyUs. That's going to be the boot. Yeah, Harry Hook's going to be off the edge, so maybe some opportunities here for X6. Nice work from Gilly, but still, the ticks are coming in. Coco goes down extraordinarily low, and Godsby has attack visor.
Getting eaten.
Yep, yeah. The old defense matrix pretty good at dealing with that one, and he's going to go down extremely low. Mickey survives.
Actually gets the kill.
That was incredible. Now down to the Baby Diva, and Harry Hook makes his way back, and EnVyUs looking to try and get this cap.
Yeah, Timeboy's going to try and buy time, but no one is anywhere near. A lot of his great play specifically from Coco in that scenario. His Winston, because interestingly, if you looked at the numbers from Coco before their last series, he was playing the most Reinhardt of any of these primary tank players. He was actually at 48% game time on the, so 42% game time on the Reinhardt, 58 on the Winston, when we have players at 99% on Winston like No Smite.
Yeah.
But he played 100% of his game time in the last series on Winston. One of those historic Reinhardt players, a Reinhardt main since very early, like for example Kaiser, who's now over on C9, but his Winston play is now really jumping up in tiers, and that's helping EnVyUs play the meta, even though they don't play Genji.
Yeah, and that's actually massive props to him as well, given the fact that we have some phenomenal Winston players in this league. Miro, of course, comes to mind. Gamsu as well. Combox, great Winston player in his own right. But X6 now have a sound barrier, and they're trying to hold on. Only one tick is necessary here for EnVyUs, as Taimu's already taken out Godsby. A lot of the damage missing as Effect gets slept. Yeah, nicely done. And he's going to get popped there by Gilly as well. The support duo able to take him down.
Everything being invested from EnVyUs, even though the
the
Tracer's down.
Boostio running forward from X6. Nicely done. Transcendence was there just to keep EnVyUs alive, but they haven't lost anyone just yet. They are just going to back away, wait for respawns to come back in. Chips goes down very low, but Taimu is able to pick up the Helix Rocket kill onto Timeboy. X6 thankfully find themselves some normalcy.
Might be a snowball capture, but EnVyUs, as you can see, are never fully disengaged, and they're sticking around. Taimu is still having free sight lines on the high ground, and they're picking up Ultra. It's turned into an eco push because Taimu had to move from the Roadhog onto Soldier, which is demanded on both attack and defense. On point B, Hanamura. Pulse Bomb doesn't find anything from Effect this time.
Yeah, not the stick, but Gobsy still taken down by Coco as they are able to get these picks, but can they actually make it work? Tac Visor from Taimu on the high ground as Self-Destruct flies forward from X6 to at least zone away EnVyUs. Self-Destruct now there from EnVyUs as well, but Mickey doesn't find any joy with that one. Pops back in his mech and will continue trying to take them down. We're very close to victory, though, for EnVyUs, and Coco's doing so much work. The Transcendence is there, and that's going to be EnVyUs, the 3-0, sending themselves to the semifinals.
Team EnVyUs does the global fans proud. We will have a Western team in the semifinals taking on Kongdu Panthera. Mickey stoked, standing up and applauding. This was a domination. This is what Taimu told us to expect the first time these two teams played 2 weeks ago. And X6 Gaming rewrote that script, sent EnVyUs into the losers bracket, but they were convincing against Meta Athena, and you thought, wait, Meta Athena, they're still learning how to play dive. They're not a top-tier dive team. They can't go for their innovation. Maybe it's the level of the opposition. Well, guess what? They made X6 Gaming look very, very ordinary on this day. X6 Gaming, no Royal Road for them. They are eliminated, and Team EnVyUs, they're facing Kongdu Panthera, and if they can be as controlled, as smart, their communication can be as on point as they are today, who knows how far their ceiling is this tournament.
Yeah, they've only got a couple more matches that they have to get through to get themselves to being the champions here of Season 3 as well. It seems like the odd-numbered seasons are the EnVyUs seasons, possibly, Papa Smithy.
They're pretty happy to be avoiding a Freak of Freaks Blue in the semifinals, that's
yes.
for sure. But X6 Gaming, they're the other side of the coin. Felt like they overachieved. They were not convincing, but then not many teams in the Freak of Freaks Blues group were. They came through, got that surprise victory over EnVyUs. They thought this could be their time to once again, like Meta Athena last season, try to